Welcome to this Fundamentals Lesson Plan series on building documentation for schedules. In this video, we'll take a look at exporting a schedule so you can share it with other stakeholders. This is video 13 of 13. My name is John Harridge, and I'll be your host for today's lesson. Let's look at the learning objectives for video 13. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to export a Revit schedule to a TXT file format for later import into an Excel spreadsheet. With that, let's get started. Let's begin this exercise by opening up an existing Revit project file. So go ahead and click Open. Navigate to your tutorial directory. And let's open up the Building Docs Exercise 13 project file. So when we open up the project, the square footage report schedule is the current view on screen. This is the report that we're going to export to the TXT file format. So to start that workflow, go to your Revit menu, select Export, scroll down to the bottom of the list, select Report, and then Schedules. Next, the Save As dialog box comes up. Just make sure it's going to your tutorial folder. We'll leave it with the default name as is, just confirming it's a TXT file format that we're creating. Go ahead and click Save. And there's some additional properties to look at before we generate the file. We're creating a tab delimited file so that each field will report to its corresponding columns and rows. So with that, go ahead and click OK to continue. So the TXT file has been generated. Let's open up our tutorial folder and confirm it's there. And there's the TXT file. Let me just double left click to open that up in Notepad. And you can confirm that everything that we saw on the Revit side of the house is present here. Everything has a double quote front and back, which allows it to separate it into individual fields. Let's go one step further. Let's go ahead and open up a session of Excel. And let's go ahead and import or open up the TXT file that we just created, just to confirm that it can come across. So we'll navigate to the tutorial folder. I'll have to change the files of type to TXT so we can actually see it in the list. Go ahead and select the file. Go ahead and click Open to continue. Again, we're just confirming that we want to bring in a tab delimited file. That's the information that's coming across from the text file. Let's go ahead and click Next. This is how the information will be brought in to Excel in terms of columnization and rows. Let's go ahead and click Next. There's some additional formatting properties that we could go through. I'm going to skip that. Let's go ahead and click Finish. And there's our information in Excel. This concludes this exercise. Let's take a look at next steps. Close out Revit without saving the file, please. Let's review the learning objectives for video 13. In this lesson, you were able to export a Revit schedule to a TXT file format. With that, let's take a look at Autodesk resources that are available to you. I would like to make you aware of two Autodesk resources. The first resource is the Autodesk Education Community, where you can access free software for both students and educators for titles like Autodesk Revit featured in this series. The website address is www.students.autodesk.com. Registration is required to access the free software using either your personal email address or your school-issued email address. The second resource is the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop. It's hands-on, project-based learning across multiple industries such as architecture, engineering, and entertainment. The website address is www.digitalsteam.autodesk.com. Registration is required to download the free learning resources using your Autodesk ID created from the Autodesk Education Community. You will find the Fundamentals of Architecture series under the Subject pull-down menu, Architecture link. Assets include step-by-step instructions, datasets, and videos. This concludes this lesson overview summary. Thank you for watching.